I'm excited about him. I think that he's a great leader, as you were talking about, but also he's just a straight up winner. The kid wins, so like that's what you want. That's what you want under center right there. And I think that what you were focusing on about his stats, he takes care of the ball so well.
Yep.
And that wasn't Iowa's big downfall last year. It was more just like not scoring. But
Right.
it's just like it's still good to have that guy where when I remember watching him at Michigan, it's like he wasn't the guy that like when he drops back, you're like, oh, what's gonna happen? It's just like that he's gonna make the right throw and kind of take care of the ball. But behind him this year is Kaleb Johnson, and he's going to be I'm assuming, and you can correct me if I'm wrong about this. He's going to be
Mhm.
the main guy. He's going to be the guy. It's not going to be by committee. I don't know if I'm right about that, but tell me, what do you think his percentage of the snaps is going to be, and kind of a little bit more expectations about him as well?
He is as dynamic as a running back as Iowa's had in a really long time. And they had one just a couple years ago in Tyler Goodson. I think the upside of Kaleb Johnson is better than that. I have a feeling that he has a chance to be the best running back Iowa's had since Sean Green. I think he has that kind of upside. There were a couple of metrics that came out last year. Had the long touchdown run, one of the non-conference games. It might have been the crazy night game that went to 2 a.m. against Nevada. And one of those long touchdown runs that he had in that game, he was up at like 23, 24 miles an hour. I don't remember exactly what it was. He was flying. Okay, what does that mean? He was the fastest freshman running back a season ago on that touchdown run. Nobody ran faster. And we're not talking about, 175-pound track kid here. He was
Right.
210 pounds last year. He's up to 220 now. He's got legs built like tree trunks. He did this behind a terrible offensive line last year. I think this kid has star potential written all over him. Yeah, maybe at times I'm talking myself into the wide receivers and I'm talking myself into what this offense can be. One thing I do know in terms of raw talent, Kaleb Johnson absolutely has that. And that's another reason. I just want to see a competent offensive line because I think this dude is the real deal. He's going to put together a monster season and he's going to walk out of there. And we're talking about maybe some lower numbers for McNamara than some people have. Not the case for Johnson. Now, he's got a really good backup in LaShawn Williams. We saw him the last couple of years. Really nice, competent backup. And the other guy that came in last year's class, Jazion Patterson, I think that dude really showed something a year ago. He came in, it was kind of that thunder and lightning combo, right? You go back to the day with Ron Dane and Tiki Barber and what the Giants did. It was something similar, as at least the way that it was characterized with Patterson. He packed a punch. He played the bowl game against Kentucky, saw him a couple of times late in the season. He's got a little more juice to him than I anticipated. I thought he was strictly a speed guy. He's got there. I think Iowa is very solid three deep at the running back position. They got a star in Johnson, but two really good backups on top of it.
I loved him. I think that people last year maybe overlooked him because of how deep the Big Ten is at the running back position. There's so many good backs. If you weren't sitting down and actually watching Iowa football games, you don't know how good he was, but he was great. And this is only his sophomore year, correct?
Yeah, true
Yeah.
sophomore.
Yeah, he's going to
He took the
be
job from a
special.
couple of veterans last year.
Yeah.
LaShawn Williams had been there, Gavin Williams had been there, a couple of guys with experience in front of him. And one thing at Iowa, it is very difficult to unseat guys that have experience. And we saw that happen. I think that shows you exactly what Kaleb Johnson has a chance to be.